Hey, Genderqueer Chat, this is Jay, taking you out of my natural Jay habitat today into my truck, since we're talking about work today. As I've said before on the channel, I am a musician and I do theater and stuff, but unfortunately, I still need a 9 to 5 for insurance and to make enough money to pay all my bills and all. So, the question this week is, how has gender affected your career? Did it affect the field you chose to go into? And if you were cis, do you think you would have chosen a different path? Do you feel your gender variance has hurt or helped you in gaining success in your work? Do you ever worry about your job security because of your gender? I am in my current career or job, as it were, mainly because it affords me the flexibility to pursue my passions. Music, theater. It's where my heart is. It's where my soul is. It's what I love. It's what I want to do. But both are really hard to make a good living at anymore. At most it's a blue collar gig, and you know, unfortunately, I'm just not at a point where I can quit my 9 to 5 and do it full time. That is the goal, but as of right now, I still need a regular 9 to 5 job to pay my bills. So, I am a cable technician. I work for a ginormous cable company here in the U.S., and it is a male-dominated field. I work in a blue-collar, field with a bunch of blue-collar cis men, and I didn't get into it because of that for any reason. I was a bartender, waiter. I worked in the restaurant business for a long time. And really, I was just looking for steady money and good benefits. And my cousin was working for the company I work for now. And he was able to get me in and get me a job. And ultimately, that's why I'm here. And it affords me the flexibility to be able to pursue my passions, do music, do theater, without really interfering too much. I love my job because I can leave it at work when I'm done for the day. I do my 9 to 5, do my business, and when I go home, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have emails coming in, I don't have calls coming in. I leave my work at work. So that's really the main reason for me to be in the job that I'm in. And, although I've been to college several times, I have yet to actually finish a degree program. So, with a high school education, basically, there's not too many jobs I can make as much money as I'm making, with the education that I have. So, I'm kind of happy being where I'm at. I get really good benefits. So, for me, doing what I'm doing, it works. That being said, I feel like, given the opportunity to go back and choose a different path, I probably would. I don't fit in at my job. I am definitely kind of an outsider. I don't really talk to anybody. But fortunately, most of my day is spent on the road with customers in people's houses. So I really only see the people I work with for 20, 30 minutes a day, and I don't really care if they like me or not. I kind of do my thing, and, they do theirs, and it is what it is. I don't go to too many company events or anything, but my company does have an LGBT alliance group, which I am a part of, and they do have policies protecting against discrimination of any kind and stuff like that. However, working in a male-dominated, blue-collar environment, there are often comments and language used that can be really offensive. And I had and most of my peers, I guess I just don't expect any better from them, and that's kind of a shame. But when I hear people say things like faggot or whatever, I just let it roll off my back, because most of them are lower educated, people who just, I don't think, have the life experience or whatever to really know any better, and ignorance is no excuse, I guess. But I don't feel like causing major waves in my workplace, so I usually just try and ignore it, and I don't really hang out with those people. But that being said, I did hear my manager one day say it in a meeting with about 80 people there, and yeah, I did have a conversation with him about it, and went in his office and was like, "Yo, I'm extremely offended. You're a manager. You're supposed to be setting an example." And yeah, I kind of feel threatened by your use of language, and made me really uncomfortable. So that was the last time I ever heard anything even remotely like that out of his mouth, and he was very quick to apologize, because he knows I could go to HR in a second and, yeah, fuck up his day. But as far as music and theater as a career path or choice, gender, it does kind of play a role to a certain extent. Music, I remember when I was young, Green Day, Basket Case, when that song came out, there's a line, "I went to a whore, he said my life's a bore, so quit my whining because it's bringing her down." And I remember hearing that line and being kind of confused by it. Is he talking about a guy? Is he talking about a girl? Is he talking about one person, two people? I didn't really understand it, but it kind of made me feel like, being a songwriter, I could kind of say whatever I wanted and be as ambiguous as I wanted, and say everything I wanted and needed to say without having to explain myself. And that idea has always drawn me to music. Expression through notes and ambiguous lyrics, I think, is an amazingly powerful and awesome tool to have and to be able to utilize for me. Nobody else really needs to get it. Nobody else really needs to understand exactly what I'm saying or why I'm saying it. I can say whatever I want, and that is a big draw for me. On the other hand, theater is a little tougher. I am only ever accepted or really considered for casting in male roles. And little inside information. For instance, we wanted to do a show, Steel Magnolias, which is basically 5-woman cast, and a lot of the rights groups that give out rights to do different shows, they specifically state in their agreement, when you pay for the contract, the rights for the show to be able to perform it, that you cannot have men in drag doing women roles. And And that kind of sucks. I think Steel Magnolias would be great if 5 dudes were up there in drag doing it, but alas, not considered for a role in that show. However, at the same time, one of the things I really love about theater is it kind of lets me be a completely different person, which I do enjoy. Kind of getting out of my own headspace and completely committing to a character is an awesome experience, and it's really rewarding in a lot of ways. So, and it really does make you think about gender in a different way. How Jay experiences gender is different than how Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors experiences their gender. And getting to play that part for even a short period of time is very rewarding and eye-opening. It really kind of, I think, helps me understand my gender better because I get to experience it through somebody else's experience. And that's pretty cool. Let me double check the question here. I'm not sure if I answered anything. I don't feel that my gender variances has really helped or hurt me in gaining success in my work. I pretty much present male, and this is me at work. Nobody at my work is really aware. There's a few people who may have an idea. There's one person that I'm very specifically came out to at my job, but for the most part, I kind of try and fade into the background. And if anything, yeah. No, I feel confident in my company's stance on discrimination that, it wouldn't cost me my job, at least. I think if certain people knew, they could make my life kind of hell there. But, yeah, I'm not really too worried about that, so. Yep, that's it. I don't suppose we have a bonus question this week, but yeah, that's all I have on the topic. Interested to hear what everyone else has to say. And I'll see you next week.